Good Thursday morning, East Tennessee. My name is David Aldridge, Chief Meteorologist of Captain Accurate Weather, coming to you by way of the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, the big story this morning is there are parts of East Tennessee that are under frost advisories, and the last I checked, it's March 28th. What is going on? I thought it was supposed to come in like a lamb and out like a lion, or in like a lion, out like a lion. We're all confused. If you're confused, I'm confused, because I see some blue-shaded counties in East Tennessee. That would include Campbell, Scott counties, for example. Also includes Morgan County and also Fentress and Cumberland County, and we could extend it back toward Putnam, Cookeville, Crossville, Wartburg. All these areas could drop as low as 34 degrees. This by way of our friends at the National Weather Service in Morristown and also Nashville. To be precise, both Fentress and Cumberland County are governed by the National Weather Service in Nashville. But if this were to last until 10 a.m., you say, well, there's still some chill because it's only 6:41 in the morning. And there's a big difference in temperature when Jamestown is 36, but they feel like it's 30. And Crossville, they're actually 37, but it feels like it's about 32. So the chill is there, not a whole lot of wind, and there's a big difference in temperature. We're 9 degrees warmer in Knoxville at 45 than they are in Jamestown in Fentress County. If you're on the call, just want to say good morning to you. It is an interesting Thursday. It is Holy Thursday, and also Maundy Thursday. The Last Supper is remembered on this date, and of course tomorrow is Good Friday. It's Easter weekend. If maybe you've got some special plans, you want to share them with me, let me know. I'm on both YouTube and Facebook. I got my first comment here from Fred. Says, good morning, David. It's a cool 44 degrees in Maryville. Thank you, Fred. I can tell you this, the cool breeze will persist today, and it's going to be about 5 to 15. Wouldn't surprise me if it gusts 20 to 25 during the course of today. So I will be watching that closely. But if you've got a comment, let me know. Fred's already given me his update. He's got 44 degrees in Maryville. Very thankful for Fred and for all of you that might be watching live this morning. But it's 43 right now in Morristown, 39 in Rockwood. It is chilly. 42 is the temperature we're showing up in Maryville. But as far as the radar, it is quiet. I want to go back to the radar for a second because it's interesting when you look at what's going on. Most of the precipitation that we've seen in the last couple of days, it's been moving into a drier pattern. But we're going to talk about Saturday. It's the area up here in Kentucky I'll be most interested in. If you're in Kentucky, and I'm talking anywhere from Williamsburg up toward Lexington, these areas here on Saturday and especially Saturday night will have the possibility of some showers and thunderstorms. So if you're in Somerset, if you're traveling to London, maybe you're going to check out some family. I have drizzle for East Tennessee because it'll be moving into drier air. But we'll explore that idea here in just a moment, so bear with me. The Ultimate Doppler radar is dry, nothing to see here. Brought to you by Madlock Tire Service and Auto Repair, East Tennessee's #1 tire service and auto repair since 1953. They've been doing this for over 70 years. If you need an oil change, they're the place to go. If you need your tires rotated, maybe you need a whole new set of tires. Having a great set of tires starts with Madlock this spring. You can go to Maryville, Knoxville, Lenoir City. They've got a location in McMinn County and Athens, and they're also located in West Knox County in Hardin Valley. Check them out at madlocktireservice.com. I also have a link at the top of this Facebook post. So our counties that are in shaded in blue aren't the only ones in Tennessee. They're already colored light blue in Nashville, Cookeville, Columbia, and where you see a darker, maybe a purple color, there's concern of freeze concerns around Gibson County. So there's a lot of cold air still pervading, and we're going to have some frost concerns for us as we head into tomorrow morning. I suspect we'll be down to about 36 in the morning. Well, that's pretty chilly, 36, yeah. But I want to check in with you real quick. I'll keep the radar here. I want to look at some notes here. Marilyn Bell's coming in here. She says chilly, 45 degrees where she is in White Pine. She says, have a great day, everyone. And Wanda says, them trees are terrible on my nose and eyes. Easter dinner with the family. I think that's a great plan. Thank you very much, Wanda. And I hope the pollen, because tree pollen is tough this time of year. There's no getting around that. If you're on YouTube, be the first to leave me a comment. Would love to say hi. Just leave me a note, and I will give you a shout-out as best I can here in the next few minutes. It is now 6:44. Where did all the showers and storms go? They're hugging along just to the east of the I-95 corridor. They're affecting perhaps around the Jersey Shore, along the Outer Banks, and also into parts of South Carolina. Myrtle Beach, I'm sure, is not very pretty with all that rain that's coming down at this hour. If you look further north, you'll notice some snowflakes across the Great Lakes. There's also some more wet weather in New England. But the big concern, at least in the heart of the country, appears to be those frost advisories. They're all over the state of Arkansas, and they do cover northern Mississippi. I'm sure Mississippi is not used to frost advisories on the 28th of March. Just saying. I'm just saying it's unusual. What else is unusual is that we've got a Super Bowl of astronomy event going on in just a few days from now, Monday, April 8th, if you haven't heard. That's 11 days from today. The total solar eclipse, this is kind of what it looks like. But much like they say of the Grand Canyon, you can take a picture of the Grand Canyon, but unless you're there, it really doesn't do it justice. It's the same thing with this. If you don't see the total solar eclipse with your own eyeballs, you really miss out, and it really is spectacular. Think about that, the total solar eclipse, and it won't necessarily have the same impact in Tennessee like it did 7 years ago. Many of us, including yours truly, had the privilege of seeing it. I saw it in Madisonville in 2017, but this is 7 years later. This comes up from Mexico, slides across Texas, and then works its way through places like Arkansas, southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, Indiana, and right through Ohio, from basically Cleveland into upstate New York toward Buffalo and Rochester. So if you have a chance to see the total solar eclipse, be prepared for traffic. Traffic will be horrendous, but it's worth every bit of the 3.5 to 4 minutes of totality that you might see if you're in the center of those circles. And the times are on the screen. So check it out. If you haven't heard about it, it is worth the wait to check out. And the next one won't be until 2044. You got to wait 20 years. So if you don't do it in 11 days, now just put it off on your calendar. You could set a reminder in 20 years. If your phone still works then. That's what I'm thinking. It's time to see it, is my view. You might want to check that out. By the way, let's take a look. Temperatures again, 39 in Wartburg, it's 37 in Crossville, and it's 43 degrees in, I would say 45 in Athens, 43 in Morristown. What about the winds? We've got a 6-mile-an-hour wind, so obviously that makes the feels like come down a wee bit. Feels like 32 in Crossville, feels like 42 in Knoxville. So if you've got a comment, I'm still looking for you over here at YouTube. And if you're on Facebook, I'll give you a shout out as well. Wanda, Brandy's on here. She says, good morning, 39. Thank you for that. 39 in Wartburg. She says, have a great day. I've got some other notes, too. Yesterday, we hit 69 degrees, as expected. Normal high 65, normal low 43. We hit 85 degrees on this date in 1907. That's the record high. And we've hit 24 in Knoxville on this date in 1955. We also did it in 1894, apparently. But the sun is up at 7:27 this morning. So those are some of the notes if you're interested in context and interested in a historical perspective. Visibility not an issue this morning as you head out the door. 10 miles is the max, but we've got a lot colder air back west, looking at 33 in Jackson, and it's 33 degrees in Paducah, while they're in the 50s this morning in Columbia, South Carolina, so a lot warmer to the far east. That's where all the rain is, hugging the east coast. That's where it'll stay, and any clouds that we have this morning should be confined to the AM hours. So when you see the sun come up just around 7:30, 7:27, you're going to find a lot of these high clouds, and then by the afternoon, nothing but blue sky. That's my anticipation today, as those clouds are beginning to race out of here from west to east. So those clouds that are overhead now will make for maybe a little hazy sunrise. But boy, is it going to be nice and blue, cobalt blue skies for the rest of the day. Sunrise, sunset, there they are, 7:27, and now goes to bed 5 minutes before 8 o'clock. 7:55 is when the sun goes down. Got to get you ready for school. The bus stop forecast, that should be nice and sunny, but it will still have some high clouds in the morning, and I think my little icons suggest that. Yes, there it is. 2 o'clock, just another but sun. And temperatures should be around 46 at 10. Should make it up to about 57 by 2, but my anticipation, mind you, is only the low 60s. It's not a very warm day. This will be about 8 degrees cooler than yesterday. So that cool breeze comes out of the north-northeast. It drops us to maybe a high of 58 for Morristown, 60 for Newport, 59 for La Follette, Maryville, about 61. That's my expectation for today. Keeping an eye on that as well. I got another note from Wanda Poe. She says, David, have a blessed Passover. Thank you for being here. Absolutely. And thank you for your time, Wanda. And Marilyn and Brandy also on the call. I would love to say hi to you. If you've got an observation, let me know what you are seeing. Headlines, mostly sunny today. We've got a bright sun outlook for tomorrow. Tomorrow, of course, is Good Friday. Kids are off school, as I understand, and warm sunshine on Saturday. I think it's even warmer on Easter. But there's not warm air everywhere. I have to advertise this because just like the frost advisories, I'm sure, have caught those in Mississippi, northern Mississippi, off guard. I want you to take a look at where this cold air is. Look at Minnesota. Now, they have some snowpack. Boy, some of those areas in Minnesota have picked up over 2 feet of snow just this week. You're like, that's not possible. It's late March. Yes, it is possible. Some areas are around 12. We got, let's see here, a single digit, a 1, a 5. Do I hear a 3? There's a 3. How about maybe an estimated 6? There are some areas in pink here that are in the single digits. And I say it's cold, there's 11. But you'll notice that there are some cold air pockets here, 7, that you have to be aware that it hasn't all disappeared. The cold air of winter will make a return. Let me show you, not in the short term, although by tomorrow morning you'll be convinced it feels like winter because we're in the 30s. But tonight we'll drop down to about 36. That's my expectation. There's 2 a.m. Friday. The cold air at 5,000 feet is a critical level we like to look at for snow to form. If it's going to snow, it's got to be cold around 5,000 feet. Now, Newfound Gap, here in the Smokies, that elevation is about 5,500 feet. So if you just come down 500 feet, about 5,000, that's what these temperatures represent. And it's certainly cold enough tonight for frost to be an issue in a neighborhood near you. Now, once we move into the weekend, it warms up nicely. We're in the mid-70s on Saturday. By Sunday, Easter Sunday, Resurrection Day, we're in the upper 70s. And also upper 70s on Monday, but there could be some thunderstorms Saturday night into Sunday for the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Once it gets into the 2nd of April, things start to change, because then it starts to turn sharply colder. Oh my, that looks really cold, Aldridge. Yeah, Chicago, Knoxville, Buffalo. It starts to turn sharply colder aloft. And some of the interesting things that we could see would be some little interesting snowmakers, potentially. Look at West Virginia. They look pretty cold by the 4th of April, and I'm going to show you the potential snow amounts here in just a moment. But boy, it looks really cold by the 4th of April, so we're not done with winter chill, even though it technically is spring and has been spring for some time. Even as we head into the 10th of April, it looks like we've got another surge of cold air trying to come back by the 12th. It is not necessarily going to be quick to exit. Now, if we look at the new snow potential, not the snow that's already fallen, but the new snow potential is actually pretty impressive for late March, early April. I mean, you look at West Virginia, I see pink there. That's over a foot of snow. There could be another foot of snow in parts of the Great Lakes and back toward the Rockies. But when you see 11 and 17 inches of snow around Snowshoe, you're like, man, that's a good thing we don't live there. Yeah, good thing, but it's going to be one of those things that we want to watch closely, because we could see some flakes in parts of East Tennessee. Maybe it's just the Smokies. But at this point, it's one of those things that is highly changeable. And I like to say, as my friend meteorologist Kyle Dennis put out one time, next time you complain a meteorologist is wrong, remember your bracket, because we're about to move back into March Madness this weekend, because predicting the future, as you've probably learned, is hard. Did you have Kansas, Kentucky, and maybe Auburn making the Sweet 16? Yeah, they didn't make it. So I guess the brackets might have been, would have done better if you had predicted the right teams. And it's not easy to do, even when you think you have all the intel. But that's from my meteorologist colleague, as it were, Kyle Dennis, out there in Charleston, South Carolina. He's worked in Savannah, and I believe he's in New England now. But I thought that was kind of interesting. I saw that once at a weather conference. By the way, 45 degrees, current temperature, feels like 42. As we have a north wind at 6 miles an hour, that's the chill that we're dealing with, at least in town. As far as the Valley Planner, I want to stop and get some comments if you have any. I got temperatures today only reaching the upper 50s to low 60s. I think 61 is reasonable to expect today, but it's not going to be as warm as it was on Wednesday, because today's Thursday, if we're losing track of time. But it is, I believe, it is Thursday, the 28th of March. I want to say good morning to you if you're on the call. I got another note from Debbie Long Shrewsbury. She's one of my premium members. She says, good morning, everyone. Have a blessed Easter. Thank you, Debbie, for being here. And Carrie says, good morning, everyone. Have a great day. She's got a cup of coffee, and she's got the frozen face emoji. She says, have a fantabulous Easter. I love that word. Thank you so much, Carrie. Melissa Sill saying yesterday was a beautiful day. I agree. And we've got some more beautiful weather coming in time for Easter. Once we get after Easter, it's going to turn colder in the coming days thereafter, which we'll look at again with the 7-day. As far as precipitation chances, I have some drizzle for Easter Sunday and Monday for Knoxville and East Tennessee. But if you're in Kentucky, if you're in Barberville, and especially Monticello or Williamsburg, be prepared for showers and storms, a possibility for Kentucky by Saturday, but especially Saturday night. Saturday night will be the time to watch for Kentucky for possible storms. It's just going to move into drier air, so it should fizzle when it gets to East Tennessee, but there will be that possibility if you're traveling. I don't want you to be surprised. We'll look at that also on the the future cast here in just a moment. But there's a chance of rain and thunder going into Tuesday and Wednesday for us next week. Storm Prediction Center, thankfully, does not show any severe storms. These are all general thunderstorms for South Florida. For the Outer Banks, they're getting rain now, and also up across the Pacific Northwest, even back toward the Rockies, but no concerns of severe weather in East Tennessee or anywhere in Tennessee. By Friday, some thunderstorms may persist of the general variety in Chicago and perhaps around the Great Lakes, but nothing going on here. That's a good sign. And as we look at Saturday, it's pretty quiet on Saturday for us, but the thunder stays, as you can see, in Kentucky. It's up toward Lexington, it's up toward Cincinnati and St. Louis, and some rain showers certainly may persist even into parts, I think, Monticello, Williamsburg, or even London. So we'll keep an eye on that for Saturday night. Futurecast shows a big area of high pressure anchored over Arkansas. All the rain in Virginia Beach just kind of parks it there. It's kind of stalled. You can see that low is trying to get off the coast, but it's doing so ever so slowly. By the time we hit 3:30 this afternoon, we should be around 61 degrees, but with that northeast breeze, 5 to 15, gusting to around 20-25. By Friday morning, tomorrow, it's Good Friday, a couple of showers, even some snowflakes are projected there in blue around Snowshoe, West Virginia. That's tomorrow. That's not us, but that's up to the far north and east. And then once we move into Friday afternoon, I think we've got a beautiful day at 67. A beautiful day for Good Friday. Saturday, possible drops of rain, as you can see developing here. But I do think that we'll see more activity based on the movement of this front by Saturday night into Sunday. That's where the activity will be as far as drops. So you can see it's a little bit unsettled when you have a boundary just a few miles to the north. Here's your Futurecast. Pick out your favorite town. We were awfully cold in the plateau, but just how cold can it get tonight? Answer is mid-30s. Mid to upper 30s will be common. By midday today, however, we should be around 52 degrees at lunchtime. Finish the afternoon about 61. Some, like Jamestown, won't get out of the mid-50s. About 56 for Oneida and Huntsville and La Follette. Caryville, about 58 today. About 61 for Oak Ridge. Once we move into 11 o'clock tonight, we're in the 40s. And you'll wake up tomorrow morning and you'll be convinced it's a whole nother season. Is this spring? This was a bad advertisement. It's 36 degrees and I can see my breath. Yes, you'll be able to see your breath. It should be below freezing in Bell County. I've got them down into the the lower 30s and still upper 30s perhaps around La Follette. Elevation can play a role in those temperatures tomorrow too. But Futurecast tomorrow will take us near 60 at lunchtime and should finish the day tomorrow, I think, closer to 67. That's my expectation for your Friday. So that's the way things are shaping up, and then we bring in maybe a little more haze by Saturday. So for today, 61 degrees. It's now 6:57. I'm going to finish right on time. 61 degrees, mostly sunny, a cool breeze, as I've advertised, 5 to 15, could gust up to 25 miles per hour. High temperature today, only 58 for Wartburg, 58 for Morristown, White Pine, as well as Dandridge and Jefferson City. About 61 for Seymour, 58, however, for Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, about 60 for Newport and Parrotsville, as well as Cosby, and 62 for Athens. Those are my high temperatures today. If you're traveling, don't be surprised if temperatures get back in the mid-60s west, upper 60s if you're headed back toward Augusta, Georgia, and about 57 for Lexington, Kentucky. All right, for tonight, I know that's what you're interested in. How cold does it get? It turns clear. It is clear from start to finish tonight, as I suspect the rest of the afternoon. By the hit midday today, any cloud cover will be all long gone. Nothing but blue sky. But tonight, it'll be clear, frosty, cold late. Winds will slow down 3 to 8 miles per hour. I anticipate lows will be about 30 degrees in Middlesboro. That's cold, below freezing. 36 for Knoxville, 35 for Oak Ridge, and 34 for Wartburg. I got one more note here, too. Danny Feedback says, good morning, David. Have a great day. He says, go Vols. Absolutely. March Madness is mad for basketball. But I might even argue, or maybe carry that down one more step and call it April Madness in terms of the weather, because there will be some episodes, as my premium members well know, that there's going to be some cold snaps. Wanda says, you're the best weatherman. Get it right. You get it right. Everyone needs to get your weather app. Thank you very much, Wanda, for the endorsement. And Linda Rice says, good morning, David. Have a great day. Good morning, Linda. Glad to have you here as well. Let's conclude here at 6:59 with the 7-day forecast, because tonight we're down to 36. Here is your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville and East Tennessee. 67 for Good Friday. That is tomorrow. Many might be going to church. It's going to be nice and milder, about a 6-degree bump tomorrow afternoon versus today. And then it's really nice when you're in the mid to upper 70s by Saturday. By Easter Sunday, Resurrection Day, and drizzle possible on Monday at 78. But you'll notice the thunderstorms, I think, are most impressive in the data by Tuesday night. So locally, thunderstorms are a good bet Tuesday night with an 80% chance there and a few leftover showers on Wednesday. But if you are in Kentucky, take note, there will be more rain in your outlook Saturday night into Sunday just because of where the front is. The boundary is stalling across much of central Kentucky. By the way, if you haven't picked up my free Captain Accurate Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic, I hope you'll do so. Not only do you get all the National Weather Service alerts, we don't leave any of those out. They're all included. But you also get 3 extra alerts that are exclusive to Barron. The twisting storm approaching alert. That's a precursor to a tornado warning. You would, in fact, by design, get that before a tornado warning is issued. If that's the case, a dangerous storm approaching works the same way, a precursor to a severe thunderstorm warning. And they also come with a tornado or BTI, Barron Tornado Index. Whether it's a low risk or a high risk, you get that popping up on your phone. You don't have to search for it. It'll show up on your screen. And then the storms in your area alert work great because they're within 25 miles of where you are. So if you're not paying attention to the radar, that could be a nice reminder. Hey, maybe I should check the radar. I heard there's a nasty storm within 25 miles of where I'm located. And that's one of the nice benefits. Plus, you get the lightning alerts. Plus, it does up to 16 other locations of your choosing. You got to check it out. It is free. Just go to the App Store and Google Play. And you get Pete Michaels Traffic, which is the best in town. By the way, if you want to be the first to see every forecast from yours truly, check us out at Captain Accurate Premium. Just hit the subscribe button or go to CaptainAccurate.com for more details. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate. It's not easy filling out those brackets. We'll see you here next time. Take care.